Hey, Bill O'Reilly here. Welcome to the No Spin News, Monday, August 15th, 2022. Stand up for your country. Well, if the Trump FBI raid was a sporting event, you would have to say the former president is in the lead, but that could change fast. Pressure is building on the Biden Justice Department to explain to we the people what the deuce happened. When you take drastic action in a democracy, explanations to the folks are necessary. We don't live in a totalitarian country here. You're going to do something like that, you got to explain it. And Merrick Garland was woefully inept in his press conference last week, as we reported. Now, the fallout is intense, and that is the subject of this evening's Talking Points memo. As usual, some of the usual suspects uttered preposterous stuff. Roll the tape.
I think a lot of people, Roland, want to show the difference in this country and the difference in the justice system that many people navigate. I think a lot of people do want to see, Donald Trump, handcuffed like an episode of Cops,
of course.
And walking out.
Perp walk,
and so,
absolutely.
right. We want to see a perp walk Donald Trump, and we may not see that.
That might happen.
Now, I don't care what that woman says. I mean, if you know anything about her, you know who she is. But NBC, Comcast, paying for this kind of vitriol every single day? I don't know. All right, so Jane Harman, who I've had on my program a number of times, smart woman, former congresswoman from California, she goes on MSNBC as well and says this. Go.
You wouldn't write a book with classified information in it. That would never, I don't think you would do that. It seems to me you might consider transferring it somewhere. I have no idea where. I don't know what it is. I mean, speculation is Russia, Saudi Arabia, something like that. But we have no information yet.
Well, she's lost her mind. So in her view, she can go on national, international television and tell the public that a former president might be selling classified information to Russia, Saudi Arabia, whatever. That's what that woman just said. Now, that is so irresponsible and stupid to boot that it's I don't even have the adjective. I don't even have the adjective. I'm not shocked anymore. This is the kind of garbage every single day that is on American television. Every day. But Jane Harman? Really? Come on. And finally, here is the worst. My old buddy, Sam Donaldson. Go.
I thought of Al Capone. Now, Al Capone was a great big gangster in the 1920s and 30s, bootlegged millions of gallons of whiskey. That was illegal. But more than that, a lot of credible evidence that he had ordered the murder of many people. But they never brought him to justice on that. But wait a moment. The IRS discovered that Al Capone was cheating on his income taxes. And so they brought him to justice on that. He went to prison. That's where he died. If the Attorney General cannot bring himself because of lack of evidence or belief that the country is not ready to bring a president on charges of insurrection or obstruction of justice, how about violation of laws which keep this country safe?
I mean, I feel bad because in his prime, Donaldson, did some good reporting. He was always biased to the left. Everybody knows that. But, he was a hard-working reporter. He was at ABC when I was at ABC. But, hey, Sam, the IRS didn't discover Al Capone did anything. It was a Treasury operation, Elliot Ness. Remember all that? Okay. You don't know what you're talking about. Obviously didn't read Killing the Mob. And to even surmise, all right, that the Justice Department is going to get Trump because maybe he did other things on this makes the Justice Department look stupid, Sam. Not cool, It makes them look corrupt. All right, so if Donald Trump did something by removing classified documents he should not have, legitimate. Let's see it. What did he remove? What's the charge? What did you find out, Merrick Garland? Let's see it. But this kind of nonsense, I just ran you 3 sound bites that are just as stupid. That's the only word I have. Yet, there they are, national TV, and people go, oh, Al Capone, yeah, that's right. You know, you would think the whole media industry, whole corporate media is now a Saturday Night Live skit. That's what it is. Now, the other side, the conservative Trump side, they have their moments too. Go.
President Trump has done nothing wrong. His house gets raided. Hillary Clinton deleted 33,000 official emails, including at least 17 highly classified ones. That's the stakes.
So how does Sebastian Gorka know President Trump has done nothing wrong? How? He can't possibly know that. So why would he say it? What you can say is President Trump is presumed innocent, because that's our system. That's due process. President Trump is presumed innocent. And it's up to Merrick Garland to prove he's guilty of something. But Garland has not defined what President Trump allegedly did. Removing classified documents can be a number of things. It can be an accident. All right? Maybe they were declassified before they were moved from the White House to Florida. There's a whole bunch of stuff. We don't know. Sebastian Gorka doesn't know. Yet he's out there going, oh, well, Trump did nothing wrong. This program is dedicated to precision. Our opinion is precise. Sometimes it is speculative, but always the speculation is based on available fact. I cannot analyze what Donald Trump did or did not do because I don't know. I can tell you 2 things that are very, very important. I know Trump very well, as everybody knows. He does not go over documents. He does not sit at a desk and look at thousands of documents. He never has, he never will. He doesn't put them in a box. He doesn't bring in people to move the box onto a truck or a plane and fly it to Mar-a-Lago. Never in a million years would that scenario happen, because he doesn't have the concentration ability to sit and look at documents. He doesn't. So someone did this. Trump, I will speculate, I'm sorry, didn't even know what was being moved down there. And there is no reason for him to take classified information unless he is selling it to the Saudi Arabians, which is Jane Harman. Is it so? So I know that to be true. I know. Okay? Because I know Trump. And there's no way he's going to ever do that. It would interrupt his watching of cable TV. He's not going to do it. So therefore, that's just one thing. Okay? Now, the second thing that I know for sure is that the media does not care what actually happened. They don't care. They just want to get Trump on anything at any time. The Biden administration knows that. They know they have so-called cover. So they can make this outrageous raid. Merrick Garland and his merry men, and women, I guess there were a few, can make the raid, and they're not going to get a tremendous blowback from the media. However, What they did not anticipate was the blowback from the folks, which is substantial. Now the pressure builds on Joe Biden because it's his crew doing this. He's in charge. Merrick Garland works for him. Now Biden's out there in South Carolina. He doesn't know what's happening. I'm sure he's being briefed, and his people, Ron Klain, Susan Rice in the White House, are trying to make up a strategy. What do we do now? Because we could get even further damaged in November if we don't clarify this. That's what's going on now. Okay? So summing up my talking points memo. No one knows what happened. O'Reilly knows what Trump is capable of doing as far as nuts and bolts, pardon the cliche. Okay? But I don't know what found its way to Mar-a-Lago and why. I don't know. Justice Department launched a historical raid on a sitting president with no explanation to we the people. Could have done it by subpoena. Could have done it a million different ways. Didn't. Wanted the spectacle. They got it. And that's a memo. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, is the leading conservative advocacy and benefits organization in America. I am an AMAC member, and you should be too. AMAC gives you access to exclusive benefits, insightful takes on today's news, and a magazine full of uncensored content that you will not find anywhere else. Most importantly, AMAC is working tirelessly to preserve the freedoms enshrined and secured by our Constitution. AMAC has become one of the most impactful organizations in America because more than just talk, AMAC gets things done. They are pushing back against the efforts to defund our police, weaken the borders, and replace your freedom with government control. But they need your help. Stand with me and more than 2 million patriots and join AMAC today at amac.us. That's amac.us. amac.us, and tell them O'Reilly sent you. So I want to bring in now Brett Tolman to immediately comment on my monologue and then give us his assessment. You know, Brett, we use him a lot. He's a former U.S. attorney from Utah. He comes to us from Salt Lake City. What say you?
Bill, I thought one thing that you hit on that really isn't being discussed enough, and that is we don't know. Merrick Garland didn't answer any questions. He gave a press statement with, very little information. The only new thing we learned was that he signed off on it, which was no real discovery for those of us that have been in the Department of Justice. But we know nothing about what they believe they have that supports probable cause and what was in that affidavit. And so for the media to go, one way or the other, that's all speculation. I like the fact that you're willing to say, hey, I know Donald Trump as a person. I know what he's capable of, physically and intellectually. I know what he's capable of doing, which is nothing compared to what we know about the Department of Justice and why this investigation has been launched. Okay.
Now, when you do a raid like that, it's obviously serious business, and it seems to be all one way over the recent years, that conservatives' homes are raided, but liberals' homes aren't. I think that's pretty accurate. But you mentioned something to my producer called a Taint Team, T-A-I-N-T team. What is a Taint Team?
The Department of Justice, when they execute a search warrant and they anticipate that there may be privileged documents, and I can't imagine that they did not anticipate you had either executive privilege or attorney-client privilege when you're going to seize documents prior to the search warrant. You have to designate a team of lawyers and investigators from the FBI and the Department of Justice who are not part of your investigation of Donald Trump, who know nothing about it, who are separate. They will actually take into custody all evidence, all documents brought in, and they will review it for, did we gather privileged documents? If they did, then they will separate those out. They will return those documents unless they can show that there's a crime fraud exception, which there wouldn't be in this instance. So the fact that they did not do that when Donald Trump's lawyers.
How do you know the FBI didn't send in a taint team?
What we know is the lawyers for the former president had reached out to the Department of Justice and indicated that they have gathered privileged documents. The fact that the department's allegedly the department's response on that is that we don't think we did, and the Trump's lawyers requested a special master be appointed. What they're really requesting is that taint team. Is it in place? The department's response seems to justify the concern that they didn't establish that team before going in and searching the Mar-a-Lago.
How big an error would that be?
It can be a catastrophic error. This country preserves the attorney-client privilege and requires that investigators do not review attorney-client privilege. That's the essence of the privilege. But what it does is why it's called a taint team is, does it taint the other evidence? Based on the review of that evidence, did they see things they're not supposed to see? Because when you review privileged information, you can reveal strategy, you can reveal, confessions and issues that are revealed. A whole
bunch of stuff could be in there about
That's
not
correct.
only national security but personal things
Correct.
and all of that. So a judge, if the taint team was not put into place, and I can't imagine that Christopher Wray, the head of the FBI, wouldn't know what you just told us. That you should have had a team go in ahead of time that was not associated with any investigation of Donald Trump and look for privileged correspondence. He would have had to know that, right?
Yeah, he would have had to know. And what they jeopardize, Bill, is the admissibility of any evidence if they brought a case.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
judge could throw the whole thing out. Illegal search.
So it makes you question if they really just didn't want the spectacle only.
But why wouldn't they do the taint team? So
it's such an easy decision.
Yeah, right? You want a clean raid. You want a clean raid, one that would hold up in court, right? That's what the Justice Department is in business to do with our tax dollars. And you make a botch like that? It's stunning.
It's stunning. What I've seen some cases where, unintentionally they have gathered privileged documents, investigators have. And what happens is they throw their hands up and they say, okay, we're no longer going to review any of this. Immediately they establish a taint team and they shift it all over to that other team to review. Don't know if that's happening here. My guess is the Department of Justice is scrambling a bit and on their heels because they did not do what they were supposed to do prior to the search warrant.
All right, I'm going to tell everybody you're not going to hear that, what we just told you in the last 7 minutes.
That's correct.
We won't hear it anywhere. So that's why we have Brett Tolman. Brett, I want you to, watch this every day. Let us know what you see. I want to update everybody. So you might be seeing a lot of Brett in the next few weeks. And we'll get to the bottom of this as I pledged last week. Thank you, Brett. We appreciate it. All right, so back up why Trump is ahead, in my opinion, in the court of public opinion. Politico put a poll out, 2004 registered voters will not tell us the breakdown of political party. That's Politico. It's a left-wing website. 57% of registered voters who would vote Republican say they back Trump. That's up from 53% last month. So Trump got a 4% bump. DeSantis fell from 23 last month to 17. There have been some Trump supporters protesting all over the place. It's okay if you peacefully protest, but not if you're violent. Obviously, Donald Trump himself has said, please bring the rhetoric down. Everything needs to cool down. And that is good advice, because we had that guy shot to death outside the Cincinnati FBI office when he showed up with an AR, and the FBI shot him to death. Florida judge who signed a warrant, Bruce Reinhardt, is in hiding because people want to kill him, apparently. He's being threatened all over the place. Florida authorities, Secret Service, U.S. Marshals, all guarding him. Okay, so we don't wish the judge any ill. This is crazy. And that is our report on this thing tonight. Of course, any breaking news, I'll tweet it out at Bill O'Reilly. Get on our tweet band, and we will have the latest. And you see how smart Brett Tolman is. And he's an honest guy, as am I. Okay, Biden's on vacation, as you know, Kiowa Island, South Carolina. Now they say he's coming back tomorrow to Washington. Maybe, I don't know. I don't begrudge any politician a vacation. Trump had a lot of them down in, he just plays golf, and then Obama went out to Martha's Vineyard, and Biden's down in Kiowa. He's got to come back because it's not playing well right now. Inflation at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates skyrocketing. We all know that. Market experts like Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP Morgan, not only predict a recession, but are using scary terms like economic hurricane and unprecedented. So, you need to call the only precious metal dealer I trust, American Hartford Gold. They will show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. Please call them today, and they will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or put inside your IRA or 401k. They have thousands of satisfied customers, are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau. Tell them Bill O'Reilly sent you, and they'll give you up to $2,500 of free silver on your first order. Please call 866-501-5201, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Again, 866-501-5201, or text BILL to 65532. Okay, here is the final thought of the day. You know, the summer is going by. Everybody knows that. So I'm getting my entertainment stuff as much as I can. One of my favorite groups ever, because I'm a big R&B man, is Earth, Wind, and Fire. I caught up with them at Jones Beach on Long Island on Saturday. Go. I talked to my pal Verdine White today after the show. He, with his brother Maurice, founded Earth, Wind, and Fire. They're just fabulous. I can't say. I mean, I said, Verdine, you're 95 years old and you look like you're 16 on the stage. The guy's unbelievable. The group is unbelievable. Also on the bill was Santana, Carlos Santana. You got to slow it down, Carlos. You didn't look good. Sold out Jones Beach, about 17,000 though. Big show, and if Earth, Wind, and Fire roll into your town, very, very good performance. I mean, they really, you can tell, they do the same songs every night, yes, but they play all their hits, and they seem to have fun doing it. You know, some of these people like Steely Dan, they hate their hits. I was so disappointed when I saw them in Boston last year. But Earth, Wind, and Fire, I mean, they got a vibrance about it, and they're good guys. You know, I'm lucky enough in my job here as a pontificator to meet almost everybody. And I can tell you that Earth, Wind, and Fire are good guys, good music, good time, worth the bucks. That is it for us tonight on the No Spin News. Thank you for listening on the radio, watching on television. Hope you read my column, The Danger, important column for you to read. And we will see you again tomorrow.